I'd like to know, does the younger generation feel they're dealing with what the older generation has left behind? Because that's kind of a generational thing. Do you feel like baby boomers have left you a mess behind?
Yes.
What?
We're talking about anxiety, depression, stuff. It's like, how is it not like hard to be all those things when you feel like the planet is dying? No matter how hard you work, you can't afford to live on your own. Like living on your own as a young person is seen almost as a luxury now. Like it's just super hard. And like when you're a professor, right? And like he said, thank you so much for being a professor. You're very underappreciated.
Very underappreciated. That's why I thanked you.
It's very stressful for me, that's for sure.
But we also feel like a lot of Gen Zers go into debt to get higher education, we feel like our degrees don't get us anywhere. So like that is a lot of stress. And all these things all together is just, you could only imagine like how we feel like on the daily trying to be better in our lives.
And you're not even mentioning what I think is so appalling is gun violence. That is what has really increased for Generation Z. And I think that the older generation has left you vulnerable to that.
You're leaving us $31 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, past generations, baby boomers, silent generation, they lived beyond their means. They wanted all these benefits they weren't willing to pay for. It's up to $250,000 per taxpayer. We will be paying off what you guys enjoyed for the rest of our life. So I'm sorry, I can see why we look at y'all and say, okay, boomer.
But I gotta clarify, I'm not a boomer, okay? So I am an Xer, so let's put me right. But yes, no, you're right. And I also think that's why Generation Z is rethinking college.
I disagree with some of that because rethinking college, there are jobs and options that you all have that we didn't have. That pays a lot of money. There's a lot of benefits to it. So like, for instance, somebody goes to school for 8 years or 6 years to become a therapist. Well, you all can be a life coach. You can take a class like that will make you a life coach and address some of these same issues without the academic knowledge that comes with it. You're saying that it's hard for you to live? Well, imagine what it is with all the prices that have gone up because of some of the things like technology, like the phone that we showed a minute ago, that was $6 a month, right? Now my phone is $120 a month. And we have to continue to keep working. Like, we'll be working longer. I hear what you're saying about, oh, well, we're gonna work longer. Well, you're 20, 30 years old, right? Well, now I'll be 68 tomorrow, and you know what? I'm gonna be working until I'm 70, okay? Because I can't afford not to stop working or reduce the numbers of hours that I work, because now, thanks to millennials and you all being able to pay higher rent, pay for Apple phones and all of this, the cost has just gone up to where if we want to use some of these things, then it costs us more as well.
I'm curious, when you sign emails, how do you do it?
I think so. It depends on the context of how I'm doing it. If it's in a professional work setting, I think best is still the common way. Otherwise, I think it depends. With friends, I kind of put my initials. In a work setting, you put thanks. In a professional environment, you put best. With my professors, I go super specific and go best, and thank you for being a professor. We appreciate you. And I have to miss a class right now to do this, so thank you, and I appreciate what you guys do. But I'm doing it remote, so I didn't have to fly to LA and miss another day of class, so thank you to Cornell for doing a great job in helping me with this.
Yeah, well, we wanted you to be part of it. And, when you look at how people sign off, you can see it here. Baby boomers are like sincerely, Gen X are thanks, millennials are best, Gen Z, hasta la pasta. So it's really different, more informal, but I mean, it doesn't bother me one way or the other.
I do best regards.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I'm writing an email, I do best regards, and then I just put like my name. Definitely not gonna do hasta la pasta. Imagine me sending that to someone, come on. I definitely do best regards.
You know what I've learned in restaurants, when you have a young waiter, and I'll go, thank you. It used to be, you're welcome. Now it's, of course.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.